双同的颜色，看山河的颜色。一壶酒水，难买一家园。大意是有残缺，不比一轮明月。沉思一面，一曲宋江雪。是慈悲，雪落山，将点点落向无名色，烛火微微摇晃，就算去沧桑。如雪落山，将点点落向无名色，战场冷冷泛光，残绪结果，全部让身亡。交换乾坤，冷眼看穿秋霜，看不尽沧桑。倘若牺牲，来不及代价换乾坤，雪花片片落下，无声如土，无名又怎样？
Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and we are once again back at it again for some more Arknights, because today we are going to begin our story reading of First of words are hard today. First of 1,000 Autumns. It feels like we've finally come to a head in the Sui saga, because after millennia, the Sui siblings are finally going to reunite to face off with the bestial Sui, who last time we checked in, the bestial Sui and Wang were having... they were trying to outmog each other down there in the tomb. Meanwhile, Yu is getting ready for the family reunion. Plus, it's been a long time coming, because we have long predicted, Bloodline of Combat believers stay winning, we have long predicted that Chen would become involved with the Sui saga because of her Bloodline of Combat skin for Chen the Holiday, teasing that she would be at Yan's capital for some big event. And here we have it. Chen Alter, who's also gonna be a pivotal character for this arc. I don't know if we're actually finishing off the Sui saga with this arc. It's been half a decade. The Sui saga has been going on for half a decade. However, we only have half of them playable at the moment. Some of them are deuteragonists. Some of them, I don't know if they're interesting enough to have a kit. Like, only half of them are playable at the moment. It feels like this may be a finale of some sort. We'll get some sort of closure, especially involving Wang, the second oldest brother among the Sui, who has been racked up with a lot of baggage and guilt over what happened to one of the Sui, Jie. We're gonna find out everything that happened to her. Because of all the Sui, Jie was the one that apparently died. Well, first that died. The second one died. Shu died, then came back 5 minutes later because she's a playable character. Too bad Jie doesn't have that privilege. She's an NPC. Looks like she might be staying one for now. Coincidentally, in Enfield, we also got introduced to the 13th Sui sibling. In Se, on Talos 2 in Enfield. I don't think they're gonna mention her at all. I feel like maybe years along the line, I don't even know if this is the end of the Sui saga. We still have like half of the family left to become playable. I feel like we won't get any nods to her anytime soon. As far as what we've already surmised of what Dusk, Shu, and Yan did back in Here People Sows. But yeah, the Suis are finally reuniting at the capital to deal with their bestial self, their bestial Sui. I've always been a fan of the Sui saga, mainly because ever since Who Is Real, the Sui saga has always been a story about self-actualization and identity. It's about 12 individual souls who wander Terra searching for what it means to be or not to be. As Fahrenheit proxies, they come from the same being and yet they are not. They are their own individual beings. And what does it mean to be an individual being? What does it mean to live? Who am I? Who are you? What is real? Always been a fan of the philosophical themes of the Sui saga. And looks like we're gonna be delving into a bit of Wang's trauma. He seems the most traumatized of all the Sui siblings, considering that he was basically imprisoned by Yan for about a millennia for whatever he did after Jie died. He kinda went on a little rampage after Jie died. But now he's a deuteragonist, so we have him playable. He's way too cool to stay as a pure antagonist. We already know that the Emperor has decided to pardon Wang to deal with the bestial Sui. And aside from that, almost forgot, Wei Yanwu is on his way back to the capital. The prodigal prince himself, who was exiled because of the huge conspiracy that happened 40 years ago involving Blaze's mom. The prodigal prince, Wei Yanwu, is returning to the capital. I don't know how that'll factor in. Maybe it's how Chen will get to the capital as his bodyguard. I don't know. What's going on with the Emperor? What's going on with the Emperor's guards? Also, huge fan of the guard designs for the Yanese Emperor. They're kind of sick. But yeah. That's basically our wrap-up, or more or less what I remember. This saga's been going on for so long, even I need a refresher somehow. Okay, let's just grab these. And then, before we begin, I will take a sip of coffee. I feel like we're how many events into the Sui saga? We're only 6 playable characters in of a full 12. We have to be wrapping up certain plot lines eventually, right? Especially with Wang. We're finally having the reunion. Will this be the end? Will we finally permanently deal with the bestial Sui? And can the family self-actualize and no longer fear about melding back together? Because from what we know with Se in Enfield is that the Suis seem to be doing fine in Enfield. They might even be kicking. Chongyue might even be on Talos too. It's kinda implied. Plus one other mysterious Sui might also be on Talos too aside from Chongyue and Se. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the present. And the present involves First of 1,000 Autumns. Let us begin with TA-ST-1, Unfailing Recitation, Ever in Mind. Let's raise the music and I will sip my coffee. Okay. I'll close some windows before we start. A Fangshi from afar says there is a great mountain on the northern border called Jing, and atop it sits a mystical stone called Wa. Thousands of meters wide and tall, shaped like a jewel, the color of crystal. It shines with a brilliant blaze, and a luster that never wanes. It cuts both metal and stone, brings forth all things with methods unknowable, with principles unfathomable. Obtain this miraculous object and perhaps it will help Yan face the coming calamity.
I don't get it, sir. We sacrificed so much for this, yet you intend to hand it over to the House of Yan. That man started the war in the first place, and sent thousands to perish. Why would you aid the despot?
We wish to be free to free the masses from suffering, not to aid a single ruler. Fate shall play its hand in time. No one person controls it. I only pray for an early end to its strife, that the people would no longer suffer its torments.
Yes, yes! This is the fate of Great Yan.
Longmen. Hoshiguma. Yo, still working?
Madame Oni, Hoshiguma, sir. Last Mid-Autumn Festival, downtown was flooded with people watching the festival lanterns. Patrol didn't have enough hands to keep everyone off the roads. It almost got hairy out there. The commissioner was fuming over it.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
The whole squad got punished for it. Double patrol hours for a month. The commissioner even told us to be extra careful now, since Chief Wei has been out of town.
Sure, better safe than sorry. Well, good work, boys. I did just happen to bring in some chow, so share it amongst yourselves.
We can't possibly take all this.
Come on, listen to your stomach growling. Have a bite.
Wait, what was that?
Was this before or after Hoshiguma returned from Higashi?
It came out of nowhere. What kind of thunderclap was that?
Was that Leiji?
Am I seeing things? Over there, in the sky. What is that?
Are we getting visions of the bestial Sui all across Yan?
Boatman, slow us down. Look over there. Do you see something on the river? A beck beast? But how is it on the river and it's carrying a goblet?
These are the beasts that have manifested because of the Sui's lingering power. Are they appearing all throughout Yan?
Just a mirage. What's so special about that? Don't you get those in Kowo City? Break.
I remember the boatman was part of the Blackguard.
Huh? What's with the sudden rain? Where'd the beck beast go?
Autumn rain this year. May well freeze my bones.
Hold up. Oh, Yanni soldier. Are we gonna check on Ya? Is Ya gonna be involved in this event? It's been a long time since we've met our they-them Farenmit. And the Farenmit cult.
The Farenmit has reached the final sentry post. Red alert! Repeat!
All units on maximum alert! Oh, cow. That thing doesn't look like a creature at all. That's a damned mountain! A Fahrenheit?
Excuse me, sir. The Grand Commandant is sick abed and will not see anyone, so please. Ah!
Is the Grand Commandant in? Yes! Bring me to him. The Grand Commandant? Isn't that Chong Yue? Or not?
In my fevered dreams, it was as if I'd seen the late. I had thought you were the late Emperor, here to take me away.
I know you often think of the late Emperor, but I fear anxiety has addled your brain if you're thinking about your end already.
Your Imperial Majesty, you honor me with your presence. Forgive this servant. I've failed to rise for even a salutation.
How have you deteriorated so greatly in the few days since our last meeting? Are you taking your medicine? I don't know how old the Emperor is. Maybe minimum 40 years old considering the conspiracy.
I beg your Majesty's understanding. This consumption is a stubborn, chronic illness. The abnormal weather this mid-autumn struck with a cold. I fear this wizened shell may not make it through the winter.
You are a trusted servant of Great Yan, and should not sell yourself short. How could the same man, who once kept countless foreign foes halted at our gates, dread a mere cold? Be at ease and convalesce. I await your swift recovery, and for you to share my burdens and aid the nation once you are well.
This addled servant is in truth ill-suited for the task. Great Yan today is rich with talent. Your Imperial Majesty decides all matters, great and small. So why seek counsel from this weathered servant?
I don't think we've ever seen the Emperor on screen yet. Whoa! They're a lung. Definitely they're a lung. They must look like Wei and Wu. Are they gonna be more furry? Or are they gonna be more humanoid like Chen? Maybe they're more pure-blooded. However, that is a fleshy hand.
I see. So the Grand Commandant is unsatisfied with my arbitrary actions and wishes to return home due to the illness. I, this humble servant, would never dare. The last 2 weeks, ministers across the bureaucracy and all throughout the land have stacked petitions urging war high on my desk. Everyone is passionate, and few I would venture to call desperate. So for the Grand Commandant to claim illness at this hour, is this to compel me to? Your Majesty is indeed aware. All Yanni's share a view on this age-old problem. Your Majesty may not believe me, but ought to have faith in this. The will of the people. I'll be willing to try any other possible solution, as long as we could avoid spilling the blood of our troops too readily. I had thought that you would know best my mind on the matter. Your Majesty is well versed in our history. Surely you must know. Across many times, the blood that ought to be shed. When was it ever avoidable. One ought to act swiftly when necessary. Indecisive efforts, for want of perfection, will only lead to more bloodshed. I had thought Your Majesty understood this long ago. It has been more than 2 weeks since the great offender entered the tomb of the Sui, but his fate remains unknown.
Wang and the bestial Sui are trying to outmog each other.
All Great Yan is in an uproar, not only due to the 5 Fahrenheits, but the presence of foreign foes as well.
Wait, 5 Fahrenheits? Are we referring to the Sui or 5 other Fahrenheits? Yeah, included.
Leave him in the tomb for even 1 more day, and the danger to Great Yan will increase 10-fold. This is not my opinion alone. Even if I could temporarily suppress public sentiments for Your Majesty's sake, it would be no true solution.
So how do you want to go about it?
I cannot ask Your Majesty to rescind an imperial edict. I can only make an earnest request to set a day, a final deadline until which Great Yan must hold.
So the Emperor is seeking sagely advice from the Great Commandant of what to do for the oncoming war. 5 Fahrenheits? Meanwhile, Wang and bestial Sui are having a face-off on the ground.
Whether or not blood should have ever been shed will be determined thousands of years from now by historians, common folk alike. But for now, I'm afraid neither the Grand Commandant nor I will get to make that determination. Is it Great Yan that cannot hold, or the collective lust for glory? Your Imperial Majesty. But your request is not without merit. I recall, it was the day after the full moon when he went in. The next day of the full moon it is.
Okay, it's been exactly 1 month since Wang went in.
If the man fails to achieve anything in the tomb of Sui, then we will proceed as the Grand Commandant proposes. Your Imperial Majesty is wise and just. Let it be so. A cold is no grave illness, Grand Commandant, but convalescence is still important. I hear Danya and snow pears are a great expectorant. I'll send for some. Finish the pears before you rest for the night, and your illness should be cured in the morning. I will hold court early tomorrow. Do not be late.
We're not even gonna see his face. We'll just imagine that he looks exactly like Wei Yanwu. Meanwhile, Leiji and Jola, last time we saw them, they were investigating IS-6. For what reason? I completely forgot. To learn more about the Sugumomo that came to life because of the residual energy of the bestial Sui? I forgot. I need to recap. Are we outside? Have they been inside IS-6 for a month? Those Fahrenheit proxies have quite the mystical powers. Is the placation finally complete? Perhaps. No, just how many times have we tried? Is that complete? How many times have they done IS-6? How long have we spent in the Garden of Grotesqueries? Based on the dates on the Tianxia Bureau's terminal, it's been more than 2 weeks since we entered the garden. More than half a month. Why do I feel as if I've spent even longer than that?
We don't know if anything's happened in the tomb of Sui since we've been here. Jo, you asked how many times? I'm getting the sense this isn't our first time standing on this spot. Concluding the placation, taking the Jade Rule, leaving the garden and going back to town. I feel like we've done it all multiple times. And also, sometimes it's Mr. Yi who greets us, while other times it's the Wei Chi player blocking our path. Sometimes the bestial Ho turns into a butterfly and gravely injures the bestial Sui. But other times we fall into a Geist trap and get chased out of the garden for no apparent reason.
And this hunch isn't a recent realization?
It was a faint feeling at first, but it's just only now that I realize that we seem to have been repeating our garden visits. If that's the case, maybe the placation's finally complete. I certainly hope that's the case. Right, who has the token? It seems Mr. Yi hands the rule to a different person each time we complete the rite.
I don't have it.
Neither do I. Then...
A small object falls from Jola's pocket. To everyone's surprise, it is no Jade Rule, but a tiny doll. It's a Labubu.
Oh, what? Auntie Lin? Yun? Have we seen this before?
Yo, so you made it out alive. Pretty tough, huh?
Zushi. Zushi.
Oh, wait, no. It's the Tianxia. It's the other Tianxia.
Why are you calling me that when you're not even a Tianxia disciple, kiddo?
How should I address you then?
Who cares about titles? Your Qinggong's good, and you move quick. So just get to wherever you need to be.
Where do I need to be?
What should a candle holder do after getting the token from the garden?
Return to the Sui regulator and submit the Jade Rule, along with a report.
Then be gone. No more dawdling.
But the Jade Rule?
A token's a token. Maybe there's a reason you didn't get the Jade Rule this time, but just hurry back to the Sui regulator already. Or are you scared that the proxy's gonna report you for theft?
Janbei, there's something I'd like to ask about Bai Zhao.
Just be quick. Who's the candle holder here? You or me? Won't you know the answer once you see the city yourself, anyway? Act your age. I'm sure you know how to adapt to the situation, don't you?
Yes. I'll go with Jola.
You stay.
Zushi?
Bai Zhao doesn't have much use for a judiciary at the moment, so it'd be a pointless trip for you. You'll be more useful here. Same goes for the Yun kid. Neither of you is a member of the Sui regulator, so stay. You'll make less trouble for all of us.
The three exchange glances and silently agree to the Tianxia's directive. Zola puts the token back into his pocket and, after bidding farewell to the party, leaps off northwards.
Old Qianbei, there's something I want to ask. Where's the young lady who claimed to be one of the Shanhai Zhong? The one you took away before we entered the tomb?
Holy shit, it's all coming back to me. The Shanhai Zhong were involved during Lei Ji's event. Maybe Ya is also involved. It is a war with the Farenmits. 5 Farenmits?
Oh, I didn't think a dimwit like you would concern yourself with that, lass.
I just remembered. She mentioned there was something from the garden that could keep Yan and the bestial Sui from coming to blows. You granted us permission to enter the garden, but you didn't examine the token Jola had at all. Does that mean you believe she spoke the truth?
How intriguing. Smarty pants like you are so different from the martial types.
Of course, I believe you have your reasons for sending him alone, but I'm worried Jola might come to harm if the token is truly important.
To speak of safety, no one's truly safe right now. If that kid really has what it takes to be a candle holder, now's the time to show it.
I also forgot that Liang was a thing. Liang here, kinda reminding me of the presents, but I'm pretty sure they're not an elf. And somehow, elves are also involved in this plot line because we saw an elf in the gameplay. Mulesies might not be the only elf left on Terra. But then again, there are the elves that are hidden deep in Sammy.
What's wrong? I rarely see you ever so down.
I just worry they might not manage to deliver that token. Those who know what the token truly is can only stand and watch, while those helping us don't even know where it should go.
That old Tian-Shi has already done us a grand favor. The rest is up to the family's fate.
I didn't think those youths would get involved in this, and I'm not sure whether to be relieved or worried.
Many have come to this garden over the past century. This group of youngsters was the first to retrieve that glimmer of hope from the memories left behind and bring it back to this realm. No matter what, we must believe that their fates are somewhat linked to ours.
You speak sense, sir.
Well, myriad sights abound in the land, but encounters are still up to fate. You could buy a ticket early, do your research, memorize the map, stand outside the garden until it opens, but then a storm comes, and you see nothing at all. Or you could enter through a random side gate and roam around aimlessly, but as long as you have a goal in mind, you might be pleasantly surprised by what you may find. Visitors come with interest, but it always wanes with time. It's not proper to force this enthusiasm to endure. So let's just relax and wait here and protect this garden. This beautiful place is honestly quite difficult to abandon.
Meanwhile, a mysterious time and place. Wizened voice.
What a bother. I'm getting a sore throat repeating the same argument over and over. We're back to square one, no? Thousands of years we've debated, and it seems nothing's getting through that thick head of yours. You're the stubborn one. Whatever scholarly talents you have are negated by your expertise in nonsensical argumentation. The truth is simple. There is no order without rules. To live in this realm, one must be able to tell right from wrong. It is really as you say, for everyone to blur boundaries and confuse right and wrong. What sort of chaos will befall this realm? Preposterous. Your insistence on adherence to rules is nothing more than locking yourself in a prison of your own making. Let me ask you then, to build a room, a house, a city, a moat, there are rules to follow, yes. But when we measure merits and errors made in history, or the hearts of the masses, what rules or metrics are we to abide by? Of course, rules are made to fit the situation, and for mortal benefit. When have I said rules should be set for the sake of having them?
Where are we?
Jen?
And who are you? And who are you?
Who's Jen talking to? Is she in a dream? Is she talking to the Sui? Hold up. No. Why do we have Chinese Jesus? And also, Jew? Is Jew a revenant? I still have no confirmation whether Jew is a revenant or not. They are very Tin Man shaped.
Fine. Let me ask you this. You say we must have rules, but then who should set them in the first place? Virtuous, of course. Only they can convince the masses, and rules can only stand when accepted by all. Don't you see the problem with that? We have to first find virtuous people to set rules, and what deems one virtuous? Doesn't it mean we have to lay down some rules to find these people?
What are you, Chinese Jesus? You have a horn. You don't seem to be a lung. You have furry ears. Are you a Killin? Are you a Farenmit?
Jew, the 10,000 years of your life have been a waste. You can't even decide if the fowl beast or egg came first.
Might be a killin'. Kinda reminds me of the fucked up evil horse from Monster Hunter. That's for sure. Okay, maybe they are the fucked up evil horse. Evil intimidating horse? Also, Ju is 10,000 years old. If anything, they're close to age with Tin Man. Revenant theory, still up in the air.
Huh. You're just unreasonably putting the cart before the burden beast to suit your fallacy. We already have rules called righteousness. You think they just appeared out of thin air?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, look. This one's about to wake up too. Awake? Or dreaming? Do you even have to ask? Just look at her. All lost. Obviously, she's dreaming. Awake in a dream, yet not truly awoken. This girl is suffering from a headache over the dilemma that she faces. If you're stubborn and refuse to see sense, you'll surely run up against barriers, both physical and mental. You're right about that. Her knowing and doing don't match. She's contradicting herself. Wants non-action, yet also wants to act. Now she seeks a tangible form of justice, and even wants to pocket it and take it away. I think she's far more obsessed than that good-for-nothing disciple of mine.
Tangible form of justice.
Yes. How could she enjoy such a delusional dream if she weren't the most obsessed person walking this realm? No need to be so harsh, Ju. Plenty of people out there climb trees to catch fins, or strike ice to make fire. What can we even do? But you're right about one thing. Is this girl an obsessed one, or what?
Who?
Whoa! Hello. Of the teasers and spoilers that I've seen throughout the months, I'm going to assume that you may be Chen's direct ancestor. Are you the fabled Chan Yu auntie that I've heard so much about?
What's the matter with you?
Also, we're using the BG from Lone Trail? Oh wait, no, this is not Lone Trail. What BG? When did they use this BG? I think it's also when we entered the Black Crown, and also in... Fuck. It was during Lone Trail, at the launch site. Or maybe I'm mixing that with a different image.
Nothing. Did you not hear any of that? You're so weird. You've been staring into blank space for a while now. Did those guys give you a concussion? Don't suppose there's anything I can do about that? Thanks. I'm not quite. I just feel like I've been here before.
Okay. We got introduced to a new Chen. A distant relative of Chen, or a direct relative. Then again, Chen is technically, by virtue of Lung blood, Chen is part of the royal bloodline, by virtue of having Lung blood. A distant relative to the Emperor, possibly. Technically, she's also Wei Yanwu's niece. So of course she should have extended family here at the capital at the capital of Yan. Okay, before we continue, I will refill my water. I will be right back in 2 minutes. Okay, got my water. We gotta hydrate or else we dehydrate. Okay, TA-1. Surge against rocks. The river tells you to go around the great rock in the water, but you would not listen. Hui-chie. Your name is Chen Hui-chie. Remember this family name. The rest has nothing to do with you. Tal is my sister. I hate you, and I hate them. I should love you, but right now I hate every last one of you. Hui-chie, grow up soon. When you grow up, you'll change everything. Three days before the day of the full moon. We have our timeline. Also, Chen with the sick fit. She really does look best in black. With the Chi-Shao at her side. Although, I'm wondering how she gets the big dragon. Well, the Chi-Shao is literally the dragon slaying sword. If anything, we've far predicted in the past because of the Bloodline of Combat skin that it would be Chen to strike down the bestial Sui. Although, that kinda undercuts the whole Sui sibling dynamic that we have going on. Chen just inserting herself in the story, so I'm pretty interested how they're gonna weave her into this mess. But they need the Chi-Shao. Like, the Chi-Shao is a MacGuffin that we need to beat the Sui. Thunder. Oh! There's the rat fucker himself. Wei and Wu, the prodigal prince, finally returned after decades of exile.
And nothing more. It's late autumn. If you wait till winter, the roads will be hard to traverse. Hui-chie, you should go back.
Go back? To where? Lungmen?
I've already told you what you want to know. So you should understand all that lies in front of you is none of your business.
Huh. I think you've gotten old, Uncle. If you were 5 years younger, you would have crossed swords already.
Your temperament has changed too. You don't have many issues here. Over the past few days at this post house.
Because I still don't trust you. What you said about the Grand Preceptor, about your brother, and that other uncle I've never met, and the old Shulung. It's not my place to comment, but if I have something to say, if I have to say something, I'm just glad that you're not the one running Yan.
I can't argue with that.
I really do want to know what's going on in your head when you left Baijiao. Why Mother followed you to Lungmen and why she stayed. But at this point, I'm not expecting to hear a fair answer, or an objective account of the past from you. So I'll find the answers myself, and I'm not leaving until I do. You have a knack for messing things up when it matters most, especially when it's about you. To stop you from doing anything stupid again, or just to keep you safe, I'm not leaving until I'm done. So let's both save our breath.
Hui-chie, these past few years you...
Same as always. Nothing worth sharing.
Perhaps it's better to wait until you're willing.
Chen Hui-chie looks out the window. The lights of the far-off nomadic city have been dim for days, leaving Baijiao's skyline vague at night, like the spine of a Farenmit in hiding. She tries to imagine the colossal creatures from ancient fables, only recently confirmed as real to her. Fine autumn rain drizzles against the window, like pins and needles on glass. Still no news.
Then that's the best news that we could ask for. There is no hoping for a positive turn of events at this point.
So if anything strange happens in Baijiao, Human won't hesitate to go to war. The bestial Sui you talk of, the unrest it might cause, and any battle it might provoke, no one's sure how any of it will turn out.
Correct.
So this is a secret that Great Yan has hidden for over 1,000 years. You two are so alike.
There is a strange detail though. Time is running out. But in the past 10 days, there has been no more than 3 messenger parties traveling between Human and Baijiao. When Human is facing war, we would expect far more traffic.
They're getting intercepted.
Lord Wei, a visitor. At a time like this, send them in.
I trust you've been well, Lord Wei. Who is this?
Likewise, Grand Shooter.
The Grand Shooter? Wait, who's the Grand Shooter again? Is it, Jola's dad? His uncle? So, you're the Grand Shooter of Yan. I remember you now. I'm better with faces than names.
I did not know Lady Chen would be here as well.
How do you? Chen is certain that she has never met this old man before. She cannot tell if it is just an austere or kind look in his eyes, but he recognizes her instantly. Swiftly, he turns that same gaze to Wei Yanwu.
That's another matter, and a long story. I see. So you did heed my advice to stay at this post house. I have no grounds to distrust the Grand Shooter. It has been messengers, but today the Grand Shooter graces us with his personal visit. There's something I must make clear to you, Lord Wei. Uiche, leave us. No need. Let she stay and hear what I'm about to say.
Fine.
Situation in Baijiao. After mid-autumn, His Imperial Majesty granted him leave to enter the tomb of Sui, to try and quell the threat posed by the Bestial One. But the day of the full moon nears, and we've heard nothing from the tomb.
They're having a little back and forth. They're playing Weiqi. Black versus white. Whoever wins gets to self-actualize.
And yet, at this very moment, 5 Farenmets have lurked around Great Yan with intentions unknown.
Okay. So, the Shanghai Zhong are also at the center of this plot. The war is brewing. Ya and 4 other Farenmets are on their way. 4 other Farenmets. Have we been introduced to the 4 other Farenmets, or is it just me who has put IS-6 on a backlog for so long that I'm not aware of the 4 other Farenmets? I only know Ya. I should really get back to IS-6.
The Tianshi of the Chamber of Heavens designs, along with Yan's finest warriors, have stationed themselves near the Farenmets. Great Yan does not fear the coming battle. But the worst outcome we face is not just fighting 5 Farenmets simultaneously.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something popped into my head. Kiera. Why did Kiera leave Kiarag again? Kiera is no longer watching over Kiarag. She had to leave. Was it because she needed to take a nap, or is she joining the Farenmet War for some reason? I don't know.
No way.
Intentions unknown, this graybeard sure can talk. Indistinct voice. Who's this? A 4th party?
With the blood feud of the past few millennia, did they think they'd simply show up on your doorstep bearing gifts?
Huh? Oh, what did you say?
Someone's talking. There's a fourth person in the room.
I'm sure many are advocating for war this time. There is no opinion from any party left to consider. I fear Great Yan is left with no other choice. The court must have drafted plenty of plans for this contingency. Countless plans, and none end without a Pyrrhic victory. But there is still a method yet to be considered.
To call upon the Sui proxies. The proxies who have an ancient obligation with Yan.
Tell me, Grand Shooter. Tell me my brother has never conceived of activating Bufan himself.
Bufan? Wait. Is it a Fahrenheit killing weapon? Is it what they use in the Great Fahrenheit Hunt? The Bufan? The fuck is that?
He is the true lung. The true lung of Yan. If the nation is driven to a corner, he is the only one who could do it. It's absurd! Lord Wei, as it stands, there is no longer a need to digress. Not a single man knew of the secret letter sent to Lungmen until the Imperial Guard set off, and I come today without any attempt to conceal my identity. I'm sure you understand, Lord Wei. The past. Stories from 40 years ago. Thousands of years ago. It should not end like this! And he should never be the one to pay the price!
What does the Bufan do? Do you die if you use the Bufan? Is it an ancient precursor weapon? Is it connected to the Foundation? Wait.
No one wants to see the worst case scenario, but we cannot decide ourselves. I must remind you, even if merely for Yan's sake, for the good of the realm, a backup plan is called for.
Please, just slow down a second. I don't get it. What does the Grand Shooter mean by a backup plan?
Either they're talking about the proxies, they'll send the Sui to war against the other Fahrenheits, or they're talking about the Chi-Shao. Actually, what exactly do we know about the Chi-Shao? Who forged it? How do we know it's not a precursor weapon in the same way the Realm Blade is? The size of kings. Alexandrina's sword. The Sword of Victoria. That's a precursor weapon. How much do we know about the Chi-Shao?
Everything you're saying, what does any of it have to do with Wei Yanwu?
You still don't get it. You don't know what a backup plan is. Something you do when things go south.
What? What are you talking about?
Who's talking to her? Is the Chi-Shao talking to her? A kingdom cannot be without its king for even a day. A missing true lung must naturally see his seat filled by another. Oh, that's why they called Wei back to the capital. They're implying that if the Emperor uses the Bufan, they die. Someone needs to take the place of the true lung. And why not his brother? The prodigal prince himself. When father dies, son takes over. When elder brother leaves, younger returns. That's how it's been for 1,000 years. And if there's no other choice, this last will have no choice but to become the true lung. What? Hold up, what are we implying? Chen is of Lung blood, but she's kind of a distant relative, right? Well, not that distant. She's the niece. Chen, the Emperor of Yan? I don't see it. I don't see it happening. What the hell are you talking about?
Hui-che!
That voice. Did the two of you not hear any of that?
Lord Wei, I do not expect you to have considered all possible angles already. One must think before one acts, but time is short. Take care, Lord Wei. I'll see you out. No need.
I didn't get any of what he was saying. He had me stay here to listen to it, but I couldn't make sense of it all.
Hui-che,
All that stuff about Yan probably going to war, and he'll give you time to prepare. Bufan, the Fairnets, what does that have any to do with you?
Hui-che, many mistakes from the past. Some I made myself, but others I was powerless to stop. I only insist on ensuring those irrevocable mistakes do not affect the rest of you. Because I've never doubted in your potential to accomplish more than we ever could.
This is the worst time you could be saying that.
One more thing. Tallulah. Tell me, was she well the last time you met?
No way. I'm not telling you about her right now. If you really care, then now is not the time. Aunt Fumizuki doesn't want you to stay a stubborn old man forever. And she's worried about your safety. And I don't want to. If you truly care for anyone but yourself, then don't leave them behind. Tell me, Uncle. What exactly are you going to do?
Sounds like she's doing well. Well, not bad at least.
That's not your call to make. You don't know how much she's sacrificed. And you've no clue what she's... Enough. You want to enjoy your pity party here, then have fun. I'm going out for some fresh air.
Fine autumn rain continues unabated. Like intermittent thoughts left tangled with no end.
I'm sick of you, Wei Yanwu. You and your precious city. Where are you headed? Back up north. There are people in the mines who need our help. We're running out of time.
Shen was at the infected village. She was at the border of Kazimiesh. And Ursus. She found her. She found Tallulah.
Right now? Then what about this farm? What about the people left here? Some of our comrades are staying. They'll take care of each other. You could join them too, if you're so inclined. I can't just let you go. You could follow us instead. I'd like your help, if it's on the table.
Eventually when you become a playable character, but not now! I feel like we'll get your playable character at the climax of the Ursus arc.
Hui-che, I believe in your words and your ideals. A place where the infected are judged fairly and can live, truly live. That place is not here. Not in the past. Not in the present. The place we seek lies only in the future.
and must make our way there. Alright, so on we go. And what next? Did my past catch up to me? Or did I go looking for it? Guess it's less history and more reality I haven't faced yet. Tallulah, if you were here, what would you think of all these?
Overcautious, indecisive, your courage is for naught. This lass is unlike her ancestors. That First Lung's descendants must number at least 10 of thousands over the millennia. How many of them were heroes? How many were mediocrities? How much can this sliver of that bloodline even accomplish? With a mind this turbid, as if trapped in a dream, can we really trust her with anything? Actually, wait, this must be Jew, right? This is Jew and Chinese Jesus talking. Well, it's just Jew.
Or is it because those old blockheads refuse to bend? No wonder the youths are too inept to handle things on their own. She's been on quite the journey, so she must have other special skills beyond brute swordplay.
Just who the hell are you? Enough hiding! Come out here and show yourselves! The vague, mysterious voice speaks again, but she hears it clearly this time. Only now is Chen Huiche sure the whispers that have plagued her all night are no mere hallucination.
Huh, just look at the girl. Inexperienced yet quick to anger. I'm glad you want to know, but if you truly seek your answer, why not find it yourself?
What the? What was that? From the post house.
Lightning. Thunder.
Lady Chen,
What are you all standing around for? Did something happen?
when was the last time you saw Lord Wei?
Barely an hour ago.
So you don't know where his whereabouts is either.
Wait, you mean...
Half an hour ago, Lord Wei went to rest and dismissed us. The post house owner just realized the room was empty when delivering the food. We've searched the premises and found no trace. Lord Wei is missing.
No note left in the room. An empty room, as if it never housed the guest.
So he actually managed to slip out, with all of you watching. Again. Yet again, Wei Yanwu.
Lord Wei received a letter, personally penned by the True Lung, summoning him to the capital. We tried in vain to dissuade him. We could only follow. Let us tentatively assume he is making his way there. We failed to ensure his safety, and our crime is unforgivable. However, I fear entering the capital now would only...
Don't worry.
Chen interrupts the Shadow Guard.
Whatever the case, he left without a word. So this time, I'll find them.
Ooh, is this the mission that she set herself on when she went into the capital of Yan? Hold up. Let's just bring up the Bloodline of Combat skin. Chen Huiche entered the capital on a starry night and left before sunrise after settling matters. She bid farewell to old friends and took a sampan down the river, the lamp on the prow, crashing through the fog and night. So this is after the end of the story. She's in and out for one night. 2 days before the full moon. Hour of Yin. Panic!
Reporting in. From the hour of Yu yesterday to the hour of Yin today, we've moved more than 80% of the residents from the area around the main street to Nomadic City Plate C. Some residents remain due to official duties, property concerns, or other reasons.
Urge them to settle their affairs at once and leave material goods behind. Time is almost up.
Understood.
Also, strengthen security inspections at checkpoints. Report any suspicious individuals or situations to your captain immediately.
Yes, sir.
So Baijiao's already evacuating the population. I wonder if the Sui regulator has any news about the Tomb of Sui. That's a lot of sentries. Best not to draw attention to myself. Time for detour. That's...
Zhuola goes around the checkpoint. As he turns a corner, he spots someone who should not be there. Ooh, new character? Masked candle holder.
Zhuola. Are you... Apologies, but may I ask who you are, sir?
The Sui regulator is aware of your deeds at Mangshan Town, and in the Garden of Grotesqueries. I was dispatched to meet you here. You've done well. You must be exhausted. Go to rest.
Thank you for your concern, but I have to deliver a token to the Sui regulator and share the details of the placation with the supervisor at once, so I dare not retire for now.
Just the proof of placation. Fret not. Just hand it here and I'll take care of it.
What do you mean take care of it? Wouldn't it be safer if he does it himself?
As for the report, you may submit it at a later time.
But Zhuola subconsciously rubs the token in his pocket with his knuckles.
This is a special case, so I must submit the token and my report to the supervisor myself.
Still doubting me? When I have the approval, penned personally by your supervisor for my actions right here? Zhuola, I know you're very conscientious, but the situation is complicated. You need not be stubborn.
I'm sorry, sir, but this is all too sudden, and I don't know where this change is coming from. I do not doubt the supervisor's orders, but could we at least head over to the Sui regulator together, so I can get a complete grasp of the situation?
Okay, the guards were called on us.
Sir, what's the meaning of this?
Is someone obstructing official duties here? Stay your hand, for now.
I've never seen the Sui regulator cooperate with a patrol battalion before.
As I said, things are complicated. This is how affairs are handled in wartime. Zhuola, tarry any longer and we may hinder our battle plans. I'm acting on orders. If you have any further questions, save them for the supervisor herself later.
Acting on orders? Dare I ask whose orders these are?
That's classified military information that may not be leaked, Lord Shuo. I'm sure you understand, seeing as you grew up in the barracks.
300 candle holders in the Sui regulator, and none know each other's past. So how do you know my background? Just who are you?
Seize him.
Go? Wait a minute! It's the cultist! It's a Shanghai Zhong!
What?
Black sphere suddenly rolls down to the center of their stalemate, spewing out thick black smoke that spreads quickly through the air.
An ambush! Assume defensive positions!
Just run already!
What?
Zhuola jumps onto the eaves mid-exclamation.
After him!
Footsteps rumble behind the young man as several soldiers rush in his direction.
Form a line! There's still time! No need to rush!
Think carefully. Did you leave it at your desk?
Yeah, probably.
What's the matter?
Sir, we finished an experiment outside the city, and only just the evacuation order.
But we left something important in the school laboratory. We'll be back once we've fetched it, I promise. Can we go?
Time isn't on our side. What could be so important?
It's really important data. We spent years just to collect it. If we can iron out the issue, then maybe, just maybe...
Show me your student card. Then go over there for a security inspection.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, once you get the data, evacuate the academy staff. Make sure you leave within 24 hours.
Of course.
Hold it right there, girl.
Me?
Young lady, Baijiao is undergoing a mass evacuation. There's no entrance to the city without special permission. May I ask what brings you here? Chen tries to hide, tries to blend in with those entering the city, but the keen-eyed guard spots her immediately. She kinda sticks out. She has blue-ass hair, and she looks like a lung. She makes sure Chi Xiao stays unseen behind her.
I'm looking for my uncle. He's old, has trouble walking, and brought a lot of luggage on his trip, so my aunt asked me to escort him out.
But when the Ministry of Revenue issued the evacuation order 2 days ago, they brought out every elderly resident.
My uncle isn't a local. He's a tourist from Lungmen who came here for mid-autumn. He's kind of a loner and rarely talks to people. He spent the last 2 days waiting for me to come pick him up at the inn.
Okay, last 2 days. Which means it is the night of the full moon. Exactly as the Bloodline of Combat skin predicted. Your papers, please.
Sure.
Or is it the fourth night of the full moon? No, it's fortnight is a different thing. That's 2 weeks. The previous night before the full moon. Longmanite. Chen Hui-Chie, former senior superintendent of the LGD. And you're an infected.
I retired from the force because of it, but that was so long ago.
Thank you for your service. You may go. If you don't manage to find your uncle, seek the nearest guard for help. Okay, she didn't need to lie. She just had to use her old creds. But make sure you leave the city within 24 hours. This is a nice guard. He let people go back to finish up their things.
Thanks for the heads up. Right, could I just ask? Have you seen a tall lung with red hair and horns pass through here since yesterday?
No, but the description is somewhat familiar.
Don't worry about it. Just a passing thought. Duoxie. I'll be going now.
Duoxie? How do you pronounce that? Oh! A Sui just passed by. Wait, miss! Where are you headed? A muster signal? What's happening over there?
What?
Jola's causing an incident. Never mind, the fuck?
Retreat! Everyone run! Take cover! Attention all units. Ensure civilians inside the sentry posts are safe. Over there. What's that black mass?
In the dark of night, as thick clouds shroud the moonlight's glow, an army descends upon the streets. No commands, no war drums, no rattling of weapons against armor, even their approach makes no sound. A disciplined, formidable, but still indistinct battalion closes in on the checkpoint with a deathly silence. The Fahrenmits are here.
Hey, did you hear about the ghost in Baijiao? Before the city moved onto a nomadic plate. A ghost army!
You believe in folktales too? Probably a mirage caused by the strange weather lately.
It's way too realistic to be a mirage. No, Look at their armor. It's totally different from ours. That's no mirage.
The army closes in, and the guard finally gets a clear look at the moving mass. Silent soldiers, their blurry yet terrifying faces with old blood-stained armor, like evil spirits from thousands of years ago. A soldier's spear point nears the guard's neck before he could even react. Fall back! Oh, it's the drill master! When are you becoming playable? Fuck. The Emperor's Royal Guard have so much aura. Why do we only have Jola playable?
Shadow.
The Imperial Guard apprentice slashes forward, but merely changes the spear's trajectory, while the immense strength hidden in the soldier's attack startles her. The spear point sweeps above her head, but the weapon unnaturally whips backwards, heading for her vitals.
There's nothing inside.
The soldier is destroyed by her slash. Strangely, the other soldiers do not treat her as a foe, and simply advance along the empty road silently, with no discernible destination.
Captain!
Send word to the other barracks. These soldiers are anomalous enemies. Exercise extreme caution against them. They don't seem to be actively hostile, so don't initiate conflict. Evacuate anyone along the way and be on guard for developments.
Captain, where did they come from? What even are they?
Guys, dispatch some men to update their SUI regulator at once. They're merely marching forward for now, but we cannot allow them to endanger civilians or trespass into restricted areas.
At once!
I fear this unrest indicates whatever is happening inside the tomb of Sui must be quelled immediately. Could His Majesty's decree actually be... Are they already fighting? A crimson sword flash.
The Chishao!
My goodness, where did this army come from? They're headed our way. Help! Script, guys.
Ooh! That's a new Sui. She has a thick tail! A new Sui introduced to the plot. She's purple for an amazing reason.
Still the same old look. Whose ancient dwelling dream is this? Is it because it woke up? Or because you've returned home? Look out! Are you alright, madame? Thank you. How can I ever repay you? What? No, there's no need for that. I don't know where these creatures crawled out from, but they're dangerous. Just be careful.
Chen notices the woman calmly ignoring the surrounding commotion. She even turns to look at Chen herself. Okay, is she older than Ling or younger? Ling is the eldest sister, right? So she should be at least younger than Ling. Noticing the woman's scrutinizing gaze, Chen immediately sheathes Chishao in vain.
A descendant of the House of Yan. You must have misunderstood. What say you? What's the difference between forcing one person's will upon the masses and enlightening the masses with the insight of one's mind? Where's this question coming from? You do not have an answer now? This isn't the best time to discuss it. What a shame. Perhaps we can continue our conversation another time.
Also, I just noticed the leather jacket. Contrasting with the elegant white dress? That's a look. That's a leather-studded jacket. Holy. She's dripped up.
Perhaps.
The woman does not wait for Chen to respond before melting back into the crowd.
Strange lady. Actually, are these monsters that popped out of nowhere related to the bestial Sui?
They seem to be coming from the same direction.
The same direction? The tomb? The Geist? Were they forming because of the bestial Sui's energy? Or is it because of the Shanhai Zhong? The patrol battalion flashes across his view as Zhou hides behind the wall.
What's going on inside the city? Whose orders are they following? And why are they so fixated on this token from the garden? That approval letter was indeed written in Supervisor's own hand, but why would she be working with them? More troops! No, that's...
Countless paintings flash through his mind until it stops on a scroll depicting the Great Hunt in the Sui Regulator's hidden collection.
I recall a similar scroll in Father's study. Could they be... Geist?
As he stays deep in thought, the leading Geist suddenly rushes towards him. Look out! The black Geist disperses, leaving splotches of black ink on the nearby walls. They're made out of ink?
This ink stain. A script Geist. But how? Don't tell me. That vanished proxy.
Vanished proxy? Is this... GS doing? Is it Gia or G?
My lord!
Wait, my lord, are you alright?
Pester me any longer and I shan't show you mercy.
There's a misunderstanding, sir. I saw you getting attacked by that monster. I ran here to help.
You're not apprehending me.
Huh? My lord must be joking. I only just received orders to assist the candle holders in cleansing the monsters.
Have you seen any other candle holders?
No?
The city's in turmoil, but the Sui Regulator hasn't sent anyone.
Which means... the masked candle holder that we encountered was not from the Sui Regulator.
In the patrol battalion, obviously 2 different directives have been issued. I must get to the bottom of this once I meet with the supervisor. My apologies. This was my mistake. Please excuse me. It's dangerous here. Keep safe.
His sword flashes in a spin as Zhou dispatches several nearby guys, and he instantly vanishes into an alley. So fast! Why the rush? The Shanhai Zhong lady. I thought the Tianshi captured her.
More and more script guys this way. Where exactly did they come from? Come out!
Alright. Here I am. Don't get mad now.
It's you.
You, girl. You're coming with me.
Me?
You don't get along with that candle holder boy and you'll just keep fighting in there. Whatever you're looking for, he can find it for you.
And what is your intention, having followed me the whole way?
Why the attitude? Shouldn't you be happy reuniting with an acquaintance?
You... I believe the old Tianshi had her reasons for letting you go. But I can't trust you. A Shanhai Zhong.
Fine. O righteous and benevolent Lord Zhuo of the Sui Regulator. I know you look down upon us lot. But you're being hunted down by your own people. Surely we could cooperate a little.
I believe there's been a misunderstanding. I'll go see the supervisor, and from there I will naturally... Hold on. How do you know the Sui Regulator's after me?
You numbskull. They would be walking you back right now if I hadn't stepped in when they were surrounding you back there.
Wait, that was you?
Duh, who else would dare get in the Sui Regulator's way? I saved your life, so could you just be a little nicer, maybe?
There are guys in the vicinity, miss. So you should be careful.
Damn it, these blasted things are crawling everywhere. Situation's even worse than I thought. Even not enough nonsense. Where's the thing that you got from the garden?
What? You want it too. I'm not telling you.
Hey,
She turns around, pointing towards a growing mass of script guys accumulating from all directions.
ignore me, and you'd better have a way to deal with all of that.
Huh?
You know how to use that token?
I do not.
Then just zip it and hand it over.
After momentary reluctance, Jola finally takes out the doll he took so much care to keep on himself. The Labubu.
This color, it really is her.
Wait, is that? Is that supposed to be the vanished proxy? The sibling herself? The one forgotten to time? Are they trying to bring her back?
Where did you get it?
In a study. Or was it a memorial hall? I can't recall. I don't know why, but our memories of the garden are a mess. I have a question though. Is this object, as you say, able to stop Yan and the bestial Sui from going to war?
I'll tell you later. For now, we're going to use it to take care of these ugly things. Mo Yi unceremoniously snatches the token from him.
Hey!
All to break the stalemate. The only way out.
The girl leaps forward, putting distance between her and Jola.
The forbidden arts from the other day. Wait, you can't do that inside the city.
With ink flowing as years roll on, annals are wrought. Through spring and autumn's turns, the tales of countless lives is told. In the name of the Shanghai Zhong, I beseech thee, 5th of the 12th, bearing the name Jie, manifest.
She holds a token with a stern expression and recites her chant. But it seems as if nothing is happening.
Huh? So, that's not how you use it. My guess was off.
What?
Ah, well, works for me. Let me borrow this for a bit. I'll give it back when I'm done studying it.
And she took the token.
Wait! You're not going anywhere!
That was not how you used that relic. 2 days before the day of the full moon, hour of Chen. 2 days before the hour of the full moon. Okay. We still have our timeline. We still have 2 more days, apparently. Things won't just happen in a single night. I just gotta adjust my hair. Meanwhile, Chen... Is this the Imperial Palace? Why is there a suspicious Stargate-looking thing on the palace?
The guys vanished with the sunrise. They were all coming from here, so this must be the source. The Sky Mirror Pavilion. This is the place.
Sky Mirror Pavilion.
Who is it? Stop right there.
It's another Huichie. It's a family member. It's another Lung. The Great Ghost, TA-2. Sui is a ghost. The moons are phantoms. Is the passage of time not a ghost as well? Here you are. The same game of Weiqi, one that you have lost countless times over the centuries. You are trying to fight the whole with its parts. All well-laid plans, no more than child's play in my eyes. Drowning yourself in children's toys. A bad old habit of yours. We're finally checking in with Wang and the bestial Sui. Wang in white. Black and white. This challenge is simply a repetition of thousands of defeats of the past.
Ha! You try to mask your fear with arrogance. Why bother? Anger, fear, hope. I see clearly in you the things you try to see in me. Join the game if you're not afraid. This time, you will lose.
I'm defeated. Chong-yue? Flashback to a little game that they had in year 593. He hasn't aged a single day. I did not expect this variation of the offset play.
You had a chance. If you did not continue to cede ground in the center, around the 100th move, hoping for a draw.
I did not have a clear view of the developments to come, so I picked a safe move. I see I was mistaken. I thought my Wei Chi skills had improved, but it looks like I'm still far beneath you. In the last battle, we were only able to avoid heavy casualties thanks to your strategy of conserving our strength and luring the enemy deep in. This return to the capital is an opportunity for you to rest, but I expect it will be a long time until our next meeting.
You don't seem concerned with victory or defeat.
Why obsess over such things in a meeting between brothers?
Not just Wei Chi. It seems that nothing ever concerns you. You're always content to act the part of the kind benefactor.
I don't know why you'd say that.
The new Right Assistant Minister of the Ministry of War, together with officials from the Ministry of Rights, accused you in a petition to the throne 2 months ago, commanding troops to act without authorization. Serious crime.
How do you know the Imperial Court's business when you've been with me on the front lines for the past 6 months?
I have my ways. You should worry about yourself.
If he meant her late return to the camp, it was because we had to stop and wait for catastrophe to pass. General Yang knew the Ministry of War hardly has a case.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. The assistant minister was found to have accepted bribes and embezzled supplies. He's in prison now, awaiting trial. He won't spread rumors any longer for now. As for whether he makes it out of the prison alive, only heaven knows.
You promised to stop meddling in the affairs of the court.
I would hardly call it meddling, simply helping Yan rid itself of a corrupt official.
You know your own intentions. You see the entire court as a game of Wei Chi, with human lives for stones.
As your lust for honesty and righteousness blinded you to the evil and malice lurking in the hearts of the people. No sooner had that man taken office that he started to target you. Do you really think there's no one behind the curtain? Do you really believe we have only one enemy? Go easy on this one, and we set ourselves up for more trouble to come. Strange things have been happening since the birth of our youngest brother.
Oh.
Fang's patient committed suicide after getting better.
Birth of our youngest brother. So, you was born in 593. 500 years ago.
Someone's been producing satirical works of falsehood in Dusk's name, imitating her touch. Thieves have stolen treasures from Yi's garden. A long and thorough investigation by the Judicial Review Office turned up nothing more than a gang of fools. And then, your matter. We all know, it is not dead. The people here have never forgotten its terror. That's why they watch our every move, every meeting. You still think your little achievements will force them to see us as anything other than alien entities enemies to be feared.
Are Fang and Dusk alright?
Fang was depressed for a while. Dusk has always been how she is, but I don't suppose either would worry too much about it. But what about the future?
The future's name is Se. We're getting a 13th sibling. So I feel like things are gonna turn out alright.
You think someone is pulling the strings behind the scenes? The Shanhai Zhong? Or someone else with ulterior motives?
The Shanhai Zhong has been around for that long.
That's what I truly fear. The single mastermind is behind all this. I cannot determine who it might be, nor do I have any inkling of their intentions.
Is it just really Ya? And 4 other Farenmit? I feel like we're still setting up for way more in the future. Conflict will end at least with the Bestial Sui with this event, but the Shanhai Zhong are gonna be a developing threat.
I will confirm all that you've said with the Sui regulator. I know you have good intentions, but don't overstep the boundaries like this again.
Since when have we ever been worried for one another? I simply didn't want to fall into a trap without knowing who dug it. It's time to go.
Journey is far. Be careful on your way. Bring the others my greetings.
I may not see them.
It's hard being the eldest brother. The proxy bids his sibling farewell and proceeds in the direction of the capital. The journey is far, and he is in a hurry. He does not have time to stop for small noises along the way. Wang has been worrying for centuries about the Sui siblings. He's been keeping watch of all of their enemies. And I feel like Jia's death would be what breaks him. And why he did what he did and got sentenced to imprisonment at the capital. One wrong move, and all is lost. Let's begin with the name Yu, shall we? Sure, let me think. Yu Yin Rao Liang. The sound lingers upon the beings. Is that his government name? Liang? Liang. What idiom begins with Liang? It's her! The sibling herself! The one lost to time! Don't tell me you're giving up already. Of course not. Just busy with the beast meat. Just give me some time. Sure. I have many books to copy. Take your time. Liang, I feel like I should ask Yi, but he's not here. Heng Liang, Crossbeam, Fang Liang, Roof Beam, Dong Liang, Pillar. I know. Dong Liang, Ji Shai, Ji Chai, Pillar of Society. Wait, it has to start with Liang. My Chinese is very bad. My intonations might all be wrong. Say, she has so many bamboo slips with words on them sitting next to her. Maybe if I took a peek... What is it? Nothing. Why are you copying the words from the slips onto these squares? It's called paper. A new invention. It's lighter and easier to write on than bamboo. It also doesn't deteriorate easily, which makes it easy to preserve. You can preserve something forever if you write it on paper. Yes and no. Bamboo slips may last for decades, paper for centuries. Be it bamboo or paper, however, there ultimately comes a day when it perishes. Oh, wait, I think I get... Oh, I'm putting things together now. Jia's tool of choice was a bamboo cutter. The way she wrote. And I think Chen would inherit the bamboo cutter and then combine it with the chi shao. I don't know. I'm spitballing. To why Chen may become the owner of Jia's bamboo blade.
Be it bamboo or paper, however, there ultimately comes a day when it perishes. No matter what we use to record something, it will only endure forever if people truly commit it to memory. Just like how people remember your cooking when they taste it.
Which is ironic, because when a proxy dies, their memory gets erased from the mortal minds. And only the other Suis can remember them. The other proxies. He listens, but it is unclear if he understands. He scratches his head beside Stockbeast that he has just butchered, but he cannot come up with an idiom that starts with Liang. Suddenly, a small piece of bamboo falls in front of him, and he sees the words on it. Liang Shang Junzi, man on the roof beam. Not bad. Ji, eh? Let me think. Ji Shu. Let's stop here. This word chain game is so hard. Why don't you play it with Ling and Dusk the next time they're here? I'll watch from the sidelines. Are you hungry? Do you want me to cook the meat? Sure. Can I have the bamboo slips? If you don't need them anymore? For the fire? I suppose. The young proxy takes the bamboo slips from his sister and skillfully cuts them down the middle into long, sharp sticks. What are you making? Meat skewers. The Stockbeast tenderloin is just the right mix of lean and fat, and the fat on its belly is nice and firm. It'll taste great when roasted. The fuel has to be charcoal. These bamboo slips don't burn for long. I already have the charcoal. We can start roasting when I'm done cutting the slips and skewering the meat. Does grilling meat on bamboo slips make this a scholar's meal? Let's call it Scholar's Barbecue. Well, I trust your cooking. I'm excited to try it. Well, I'm done with my slips. You can take them. You're both here. Wang! Oh? Back already? Huh? Wang? I got your letter. I thought you wouldn't be here for a few more days at least. Smooth trip?
Yes. You too. There's the idiom burning a guqin to cook a foul beast, which means sacrilegious, wasteful behavior. What are you doing with these bamboo slips?
I'm not... Chia gave them to me.
Playing with their food. They're just enjoying their time together. The boy hides behind his sister, peeking his head out from her side.
Just giving some broken bamboo slips to you to make the most of them. Why so harsh? You should be more grateful to you for making dinner.
It's not like I actually said anything.
Don't fight. I'll go make dinner. It's not every day my second oldest brother comes back. We finally get to eat together. You just sit down and chat. He's always been a little afraid of you. Can't you be more gentle? Are things not going well?
No.
I see. But we don't get together very often, and you misses you. Anything you want to say can wait until after dinner. So, unsettling things have been happening without my knowledge?
You don't look worried at all.
I'm worried, and I'm just surprised that you show so much concern for your siblings, brother.
Siblings in the sense that we were born from the same fragmented consciousness. Not true blood relations. We each have our own interests and ambitions. Our fates are none of each other's concern. We walk different paths.
Do you truly think so? My views are different. See, it's been centuries since we came to the mortal world. Even if we are not truly part of it, most of the scenes and people that we see are lovely. But the people we meet seem to become smoke in the wind, in the blink of an eye. In the end, it is only us who remain, and it's only in each other that we can truly speak our hearts. We may have differences and we may have conflicts, but we could truly never cut each other off completely. Isn't that very much like human siblings?
I have no intention of arguing if this is what you think.
I don't know why you always seem so aloof. We don't always see each other very often. Are you not happy at all? I wonder if you'd regret it if one of us suddenly disappeared forever. Speaking of which, I encountered something strange recently. One night, I was about to go to bed when I heard a sound from the study. From the garden, I saw through the window the silhouette of someone bending over the desk, writing something. I hurried into the study to find no one, only the Jijua Zheng that I had been transcribing the past few days lying on the desk, with scribblings all over it.
Jia takes a scroll from the desk. One word is written over every neatly written character on the page. Sui.
Who do you think could have done it?
There's only one possibility. It is awakening, and it is attempting to interfere with us in some way. We thought its consciousness had completely faded after Yu's birth. But it is still alive, still sleeping, with the stuff of our nightmares. If it does wake, we will become its fleeting dream.
We gotta stop the awakening, or else the Sui will get folded back in.
What do you have in mind?
I don't know yet, but I'll think of a way.
They'll think for a good 500 years.
I have an idea if you'd care to listen. I only recently thought about it. When I compiled the histories of the people of Yan, there were inevitably some mistakes, no matter how careful we were. Unlike ordinary writing, it takes great effort to correct mistakes written in the histories.
Jia picks up a writing knife from the desk, used to scrape bamboo slips, then picks up a scroll, gently scrapes the paper. The ink that has seeped into the paper, even smearing the next page slightly, disappears without a trace when the writing knife touches it. The paper is blank, as though nothing has ever been written on it.
This knife.
I think my influence has changed it. I have a faint feeling that the words it scrapes away, a history or at least a name, don't just disappear from the paper. They disappear from people's hearts and minds.
Wait. That's the same thing that happened when... That's the same thing that happens when a Farenmit dies. Interesting. So her bamboo knife got influenced by her power and now has the ability to wipe away things from history. When Shu died, all her loved ones forgot about her. And when she was brought back to life, they still didn't remember her.
Perhaps there will come a day when we will use it
to scrape the word sui from all the texts of this world.
Unfortunately, the word sui will still exist in Enfield.
You can do that.
Not yet. Right now it's only a writing knife. A bit an unusual one. But I can feel it. The more words written, the heavier my knife and pen become. Perhaps we're all the same. We discovered the answer to who we are in that primordial void. Then we understood the meaning of our existence in the mortal realm. This is what proves we are different from it. Perhaps there will come a day when our strength exceeds its. Then we can truly break free from its influence and live as ourselves. As long as we don't forget who we are, of course. What are you thinking on, brother?
Don't worry about it.
Sometimes I feel like you and I are the least compatible amongst our siblings. Thoughts and plans are things to be kept inside one's hearts, but words and language are for expressing what lies in one's heart. But sometimes I feel like you hide nothing from me, that I can see all that you think. Interesting, isn't it? We both found what we wanted to devote ourselves to, only to have it reshape our personalities in return. Shu always says I'm obsessed with the past, and I remember Deathly White that she talked about, which lies at the end of the future. She was right. One cannot pretend to be so carefree that when there are things that one cannot let go of. I know you're worried about the unknowable future. Victory and defeat are what you're most obsessed about, but it would be such a miserable existence if there was nothing but victory and defeat. Besides that, what is it you care about the most?
He cares about his siblings, the survival of his family. They have many enemies. And the biggest one, most of all, the bestial Sui, slowly making its awakening in the next 500 years. 600 years.
I do not obsess about victory and defeat. I simply do not like to accept that a game could not be won.
By the way, are you reporting to the Sui regulator tomorrow? Could you take these copied books with you? They'll need to review them before they could be archived in the Sky Mirror Pavilion.
They're archived in the Sky Mirror Pavilion. How many of Gia's books, or bamboo, are archived there? And considering Chen is investigating the source of the script, guys, is it because of her lingering power left inside her bamboo knife?
Farewell.
And take another look at the recopied Jizhuzhang for me. Bring the writing knife too, so you can correct any mistakes.
Anything you've written hardly needs me to check it.
Consider it an activity to pass the time. You spend so much time devising military strategies, thinking of victory and defeat. A distraction would do you good. And perhaps you might find what you're looking for in the text.
Of all the siblings, Jia seems to be the one closest to Wang. Before we continue, I will be right back, refill my water, and maybe make a sandwich. I'm back. Had myself a sandwich, refilled my water, and we are ready to go. We're learning all about Jie. Around the era from when Yu was first born. Better to sacrifice a few stones than lose the initiative. One wrong move and all is lost. And all is lost. Lost.
So, you found me. You've been following me for quite a while now. Show yourself.
Wang looks back. The mixture of weeping and lament moves away gradually, but it does not stop for even an instant.
Huh. Let me see what you've got.
Wang follows the eerie voice to a decrepit Weiqi stall. A man, presumably the owner of the stall, sits on the ground weeping. There is no one around.
One wrong move, and all is lost. And all is lost.
Before Wang has a chance to take in the situation on the Weiqi board, the man falls upon it and begins to wail, sending stones flying.
Ridiculous.
As Wang turns around to leave, the man's crying begins to abate.
Don't go, sir. Please. I'll set up the board again. This game cost me my life savings, my home, my farm, even my family scattered, and some of them died because of it. I'm very sick, and I don't have much long to live. A game of Weiqi that cost me my home, my family, my life. I couldn't let it go. Take a look at me. If you could find a solution, perhaps a fate can still be changed.
The man goes from sobbing to howling. As Wang stands motionless, the man picks up the stones from the ground and quickly sets up the board. Set up, probe, and trap. Sacrifice, fight, exchange. I don't know how to play Weiqi. I'll just pretend I know what's going on. The man's hands move at a breathtaking pace. The game begins to grow as though it is alive. The war raging from the corners to the center, then to the other side, which still lies empty. So fast, the eyes can hardly keep up. Before Wang can react, the man has put a black stone in his hand.
Your turn, sir. How?
Yes, how indeed.
Black and white should have taken turns placing stones, but no black stone can be seen on the board once you hold one. How should the game proceed? This is ridiculous. I'll take my leave.
You ought to understand, sir. This board is like an abyss. Every white stone is the size of a mountain, while the black ones that I have presumptuously placed upon it are no more than game pieces. We are so far from the board that even the mountains are no greater than the size of a thumb. How could we possibly see a tiny Weiqi stone? I held on as long as I could, but at this point, I was dazed and exhausted. One wrong move.
The man begins to weep bitterly again.
And all is lost. Look, I gave each stone a name. I couldn't save any of them. There's no way out for any of them. This one is Shou. This one is Wang. This one is Ling. This one is Jun.
How does he know those names? Wang draws his blade and stabs at one of the white stones, only for it to make a sharp cracking sound as it bends, as though he were stabbing a boulder.
Pointless. Like striking a rock with an egg. Why did I play this game? I shouldn't have. Why?
The sword turns and pierces the man's throat. He slumps to the ground, but no blood flows from the wound. The weeping grows even louder, though it is no longer intelligible. The man's eyes glow with a strange expression. Is it fear or joy? He stares straight at Wang's face. Wang instinctively reaches for the writing knife on his belt, but stops midway. Finally, he ponders for a moment and puts the black stone in his hand on the board.
All is lost. Nonsense. Set it here, and the game remains a toss-up.
No sooner have the words left Wang's mouth than the body on the ground turns into smoke, and the invisible black stones on the board reveal themselves.
Mr. Wang! You. I watched you stand in front of the door of the Sui regulator before turning around again. I came to find you as I thought you might have met with a strange happening as well. Strange happening. You already know. Yes. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. There was a madman here crying about some omen of misfortune. It didn't make any sense. Where is he? Vanished. His Wei-Chi game remains. Understood. I'll have someone copy it down. One more thing. The supervisor says Jia should be about done with the book copying, and that you probably brought the copies. I have you here. One moment, please, while I count them. 3 poetry anthologies, for a total of 32 scrolls. 5 volumes of philology, for a total of 60 scrolls. 1 volume of divination, for a total of 5 scrolls. This is the Jijujiang. Looks like it got mixed in with the divination books. Jia is such a genius. She wrote this in a single night, all 1,400 words of it, without a single character repeated. Her calligraphy is still so beautiful. There is truly no equal.
The candle holder heaps praise upon the scroll. Wang follows his gaze and sees an empty piece of paper.
I remember this 500 years ago in the capital. The first time she proposed an actionable hypothesis for destroying the Sui. She gave me the writing knife, but I don't remember what the article was about, what she wanted to tell me. By repeat, did you mean making me repeat the events of the past in a dream?
Oh, is this the tit for tat that they're having? Is this part of the conflict? They're trying to outmog each other in the tomb of Sui? Has this all been what's happening? Only to make you see for yourself how many fantasies have appeared in your dreams over the past 1,000 years. Dreams about destroying me, dreams that were doomed to fail. I should turn these memories into a cage and drown you in the shame of countless failures. See, now, all the memories that you have forgotten. The memories of Jia. You forgot?
Sorry. It's nothing. I'm just thinking too much. If the Sui regulator didn't say anything, I would like to have my writing knife back. I don't know why you always seem so aloof. We don't see each other very often. Are you not happy at all? I wonder if you'd regret it if one of us suddenly disappeared forever.
She did disappear forever. Or so we think. But there's a token, the Labubu, that we found in the Garden of Grotesqueries.
I'd rather not be called the 5th Sui my entire life, as if its mark were still on me. The ones who create characters helped me think of one to use as his name. Could you read this for me, brother? I shall write it and recite it for you. The characters blank and blank, blank and blank, come together to form blank.
He's forgetting even her name. Even the characters that make up her name.
Mr. Wang, is something the matter? I remembered something. My sister said that she did the Jijuzhang in a hurry and asked me to check it for errors. I forgot. Give me some time.
Not a problem. I'll leave this one for now. It's getting late. You can bring it back tomorrow.
Cage of memories. Ridiculous. You won't get your wish.
The sky is completely darkened by the time the proxy arrives at the inn.
Ji, Zhu, Qi, Gu, Yu, Zhong, Yi, Liu, Li, Zhu, Wu, Ming, Xing, Ji. The Jijuzhong is distinctive unlike other books. It lists the names of many things and persons. I should have remembered.
A breeze turns the pages. Wang seems to see a piece of paper in a different color on the back cover.
She was then trying to tell me something.
Wang picks up the thin booklet from the table and opens it. Jiju, Qigu, Yu Zhongyi, Liu Li Zhu, Wu Mingxi Xingji. The Jijuzhong is distinctive unlike other books. It lists the names of many things and persons. Fen Bie, Bie, Bi, Bu Ju Bu, Za, Qi, Yongri, Yue, chao-chien, Huai, Mian Li Wu, Jibi, Yu Shi. They are classified into different sections by kind, so that nothing is confused or mixed together. With but little time expended, it suffices for daily use, truly to one's satisfaction. If one studies it with diligence, one is sure to taste the delight of success. A poetry book, with over 1,000 characters, with none repeating.
These should have been the words written on the first page. These were the words. When Wang scanned the page
for the first time. But now the paper is covered in strange ink markings. Okay, bro. Jump scare. Sui, 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 sui. Wang instinctively raises the writing knife and aims it at the first fierce-looking Sui on the page. The Sui does not want to be forgotten. The Sui is awakening and wants to bring back everyone into the fold. One wrong move.
Who's there? And all is lost.
The wind howls outside the window, but there is no one there.
Still trying to be our nightmare? The same old tricks from centuries ago. Have you not grown tired of it? When at a disadvantage, seek a draw. There's no such thing as a draw between us. When in danger, make sacrifices. In your dreams.
Sui. The writing knife strikes the first Sui. Wang has used his sister's writing knife before. A slight cut and the incorrect word is completely erased, leaving the page intact. But he feels a great resistance, as though he is trying to scrape a boulder, a mountain even. He tightens his not too strong arms and pushes down. Spoiler alert, I don't think he's gonna succeed erasing Sui from history considering the words still exist on Talos 2. G. A crack of thunder outside the window. The first Sui finally disappears. The paper is blank for a moment, then the word that Jie wrote is revealed. The lines intentionally plain yet vigorous to make for easier recognition by learners. The lone G stands eerie amongst a page full of Sui.
G. Is that it? Is smearing and dabbing the worst you could do? Do not give in to haste.
Huh. Wang takes aim at the second Sui and scrapes it. The resistance seems even stronger than the first time. Ju. The night wind invades the room, trying to turn the pages, but Wang keeps the paper firmly under his palm. Chi. Gu. The room starts to shake violently as the fourth word reveals itself. Yu. The thunder outside rumbles endlessly, accompanied by constant lightning. Zhong. A bolt of lightning strikes the inn, setting it ablaze. Yi. The room burns fiercely, but Wang remains at the desk, utterly focused on cutting the page. Each sui requires greater exertion than the last. Each time a sui is erased, a different hellish vision appears before him. Around him, the sky thunders, the earth trembles, winds shriek, and thunder roars, and fires burn red and bright. The beams and the bed, the desk and the shelves, until there's nothing in the room left to burn, and even the ground has been burned through. Wang can feel himself drop straight down like a stone, but his hands do not stop. Scorching heat. Freezing cold. Suffocation. Isolation. 100, 300, 500, 1,000 characters. $1,393. 1,394. The last sui is erased, and he finds himself in the dark room again. Nothing in the room has changed, except for Wang sitting in the middle of the room, his face gaunt and yellow, his clothes tattered as though he physically journeyed through all these hellish visions.
What other Weiqi wisdom do you have? Spit it out, won't you?
Silence. Wang turns the page. There is indeed a paper between the last page and the back cover. It is not words that are written on it, but a 19 by 19 Weiqi board drawn with writing ink. Words are hard. I think I bit my tongue.
Not a classic match, but a handicapped game of clearly mismatched sides. Wait, this is...
It's one thing to make me play Weiqi with you because you're bored, dear brother. It's another to use the stones to form a character for a board. As if that would help me against you. Why don't you find something else to pass the time if it's not really a Weiqi game that you're after? Go hiking. Learn an instrument. I could teach you calligraphy if it comes down to it. Oh? What thoughts did you read this time?
There are words on the other side.
Through the paper, Wang can see that the writing is different from the simple, straightforward lines that she used when copying for learners. It is the unique style of calligraphy that she uses when writing to her siblings. He flips the paper over, trying to see what the message he never managed to see was. But every word is covered by the sui character, even thicker and fiercer than the ones that he just erased.
Same old tricks? Fine. Let's see what tricks you've got other than illusions and parlor tricks.
Once again, Wang stabs the sui covering the page with a writing knife, wiping every little smear on the top right of the word. No unusual phenomena occurs, except the red blood that begins to flow from his right shoulder.
Ah! To kill you's to kill me. Is that so? Suits me just fine.
One stab and the wound on his shoulder opens up. Another stab and the wound deepens its reach to the bone. Another stab. And another. Missing words? Let's see. What's the word? I can't remember.
In October, I'll be 9. 9!
Supervisor, urgent report from the Sky Mirror Pavilion.
All records pertaining to the Fairnmid are...
They're getting erased?
Ah!
Perhaps the blood has gotten into his eyes, for it seems like the Sui character covering the page has begun to move, as though it is alive. The ink seems to fear the writing knife, shifting back and forth among the names of the 12 proxies. Oh. Is he accidentally going to erase Jie? Was it Wang's fault this entire time? He's gonna accidentally erase her? The bestial Sui is baiting him to erase them? Wang. It stops on the Wang character. Wang pauses and presses his bloody right side with his left hand, then resolutely points the writing knife back at the word that covers everything. The ink is so black it seems to shine, reflecting half of Wang's silhouette.
The last cut.
The writing knife glows bright. The proxy pours his entire I was about to say his entire bussy into it. His entire bussy into it, waiting for it to strike on his own name. Ah! The ink on the page dissipates completely, revealing the beautiful calligraphy beneath. But the proxy can see it no more. He falls to the ground, covered in blood, so thin and gaunt he hardly seems human. He has stopped breathing.
I wanted to kill myself. I've gotten my wish. After more than a century of plotting since your last failed attempt, it seems this is how it ends. I, the strategist, the schemer.
Wait, is this from the Sui's perspective or Wang's?
You're delusional.
Proxy stands beside his bloody corpse on the floor, perfectly unharmed as he was when he entered the tomb of Sui. All of this was part of their tete-a-tete. The body on the ground dissipates like the morning dew, until only 3 shining black stones are left. They were having a spiritual battle, until they too disintegrate. I thought he was gonna erase Jia from existence. Turning yourself into
Weiqi stones. That was your idea. 3 black stones in exchange for killing you once. A fair trade. Pathetic! You are fooling yourself! Fooling myself? I've visited many of your kind. I know how incomprehensible you are. How incomprehensible we are. I know about the faint consciousness that we were born from the primordial void, and I know how they have transformed themselves into colossal entities in the course of an infinity. Time, space, quantity, structure. The things that mortals take for granted, the things that seem to be everlasting, unchangeable, are merely a temporary roost for you. I have seen one of your kind continue to disrupt what should have been the calm flow of time, even though it had died long ago and been turned into machine at the hands of others.
Oh? Are we talking about the whalebone? We're talking about the whalebone? The Fairnmid of time? Turned into a machine at the hands of others. Could be. It could be the whalebone. Lifebone. The lifebone. Or it could be Mastima's staff.
And you still dream of killing me? Perhaps you have no need to die, but you will fall into eternal slumber. Sui, the dreamer of evolution. Mankind has no use for your arrogant design, and I have no use for your endless dream. Every death in your memory is real, a genuine death of a small part of your enormous consciousness. Don't believe me? Think back to the day I encountered that madman. Back when your methods were so primitive they were downright laughable. What did I do? Did I give the book back to the Sui regulator? Did I destroy it? What was written in it? Was it really a book? See? You've forgotten. You dare! Your memory has died. The price you paid in exchange for 3 black stones. To be precise, you died by the writing knife imbued with the proxy's entire life force. He scraped clean every instance of the Sui character across all Great Yan, and with it, any trace that a creature called Sui ever existed. The recklessness! The blasphemy! I would do it again, had I the writing knife in my hand right now. I would be happy to create for you a nightmare from which you would never wake, even at the cost of my own life. You cannot. The more parts of me you kill, the more you think you've weakened me, the sooner I will wake. I know. Death hurts. Each and every one of your memories is real. They're happening somewhere. The pain of your death cuts straight to the heart. What about you? What can you do? I will continue the game until neither of us can ever rise again.
Look at Big Bro. Farming aura. They're in the middle of their conflict. 3 stones for 1 part of the Sui's life. Fair trade, fair trade. Meanwhile, I think we should get back to Chen. I think she's gonna discover the writing knife. TA-3. Dense ink trace. The powerful brush strokes leave behind an ink trace that penetrates the paper. Or we're gonna check back with you. What are you sighing for? Does your tooth hurt?
It's my head that hurts.
You have too much time on your hands. Go count the cabbage stalks for winter.
Hey, you going or not?
If I recall correctly, Zhang is also a Sui regulator. He's undercover. But he became friends with you. Going where? When the sun hasn't even climbed up above the rooftops.
Don't play the fool with me. The city is almost empty. Why do you stay?
Almost means it's not totally empty. Travelers, soldiers on duty, they all need to eat. Besides, we have someone right here in the restaurant.
She doesn't count. If you don't go now, there's nothing I can do when the Sui regulator hears of her visit to this place.
I just put the fowl beast on the grill. And there are another 4 and 5 dishes still to be served. There's no rush.
Oh, you're just...
Stop worrying so much. First thing in the morning, go open up the door if you really have too much time on your hands. It's business as usual for breakfast hours.
You're bold as a boulder, you know that?
What else can I do? If you're sleepy, go to bed. If you're hungry, go eat something. Who knows when someone might suddenly miss a certain taste? A customer could show up at any moment. See? A customer just showed up. Take a seat. Take a seat you like. Only the breakfast menu is available right now. Oh, it's Ya! Our they-them Farenmit. Oh, it's you.
What are you doing here?
I'm not sure what you're asking. I run this place. What else would I be doing?
You people just keep getting more and more ridiculous.
Why the rudeness? Insulting the chef before you even taken a bite? Keep this up and I'll kick you out. Even my patience has its limits. The frosty individual walks into the restaurant and sits down at the table beside you.
What flavors does savors that you savor?
All of them, of course. From sweet to sour to salty to spicy.
And to get the smell of fire and smoke all over yourself, do you like this?
Of course. Can't be a good cook if you don't like to cook. I can't speak to anything else. I'm pretty confident in my cooking. I could make a couple dishes for you, on the house. One has to taste different flavors in life. Isn't it a waste to be obsessed with a single flavor? But I guess I can't really use those words to persuade you. They say he who tells others to forgive and forget will be struck by lightning. Besides, I guess bad blood between you is pretty thick. I understand how you feel, really. You have every reason to hate Yan, hate humanity, hate it, and I suppose it's not out of the question for the hatred to last 1,000 years. But if you keep hating and hating with nothing to do but let the hate destroy you, is it really worth it? You remind me of my brother, come to think of it.
You're not afraid of me at all.
Why should I be? Beggars, mandarins, even the gods in heaven in the fairness of legend, they're all customers when they walk into this restaurant.
You're different from the others. You're unusual, even among your kind. You don't look concerned at all, even when your life is on the line.
I guess I've gotten used to living in fear. It's been this way for a century. Your timing isn't great, I have to say. You would have had a treat if you had come when the ingredients were still fresh in the kitchen. Sometimes all it takes to change your mood is a nice hot meal. Maybe the things that seemed impossible will solve themselves.
The buns are ready, chef, but our breakfast sign is gone. Did Blaze... There's actually a customer. At this hour.
Wait, Blaze is still here?
A candle holder. All alone. Far too arrogant you are.
No, don't kill him!
Feeble, ignorant, juvenile. You and these ants.
Her sword is already raised when she has finished her sentence. I thought they were they, them. They go by she now? Or is it any pronouns? Stop! Chef?
Chef?
Oh, she. They're referring to she. She's been here the entire time. Right. Like the falling of the judge's gavel or the crack of thunder in winter. It is supposed to be a dining table, but it feels like a court of law. All is silent.
The dining table's no place for swords and bloodshed. Pick up your chopsticks if you're here to eat. Don't let good food go to waste. And if you're not here to eat, you ought to get out. Its parts. Protect the humans of the Sui regulator? How ironic. We don't need you to tell us how to live our lives. On the other hand, I would suggest you eat something. Hunger tends to make one grumpy.
The woman quietly pushes a steaming plate of buns in front of Ya.
Enjoy while it's still hot.
Ya looks coldly at the buns in front of her before turning to leave. Which buns? Those buns? Giggity.
You're going? The Shanhai Zhong's words were truth, mixed with falsehoods. But I will get my hands on what she promised to deliver me.
She? Mo Yi? Are we talking about Mo Yi and the token? Everyone's after the token of Jie.
As for you, I've met many of its incarnations, but none who answer my questions straightforwardly. What use is there for you people? I will not say that an eye for an eye is unreasonable, but you should watch your step, in case someone has dug a pit for you. Ridiculous.
Does she speak for the proxies, the Shanhai Zhong, herself, or the steaming plate of buns in front of her? Phew. Good thing you showed up, Jun.
It doesn't seem like she's here for any particular reason. Looks like she's been tricked by someone. Whether I'm here or not doesn't make much of a difference.
She goes by she, her? Alright.
It's not us that she's after.
It's the token! She's after the Labubu!
What is it? I just feel like she must have led a hard life. A road of hardship that only leads to even greater hardship. Never mind that. Does my second oldest sister have business here in Baijiao? I have an appointment to keep.
An appointment?
How about you sit down and enjoy a meal if you're not in a hurry? I'm afraid it might be a little hard to sit down and enjoy anything.
Second oldest sister. So, younger than Ling.
Considering the burning smell coming from the kitchen.
Oh no, my roast fowl beast! Meanwhile, back at the Sky Mirror Pavilion with the distinctly lung-shaped woman. Stop! The sound of Polonia seeds striking the ground rings clear through the faint morning autumn wind. The slender woman in front of her has a nervous expression on her face, seemingly trying to hide her timidity at all costs.
A visitor? When there is a general evacuation order throughout Baijiao? Who are you? What business do you have in the Sky Mirror Pavilion? I didn't mean to disturb you. Do you work here? You must have seen the strange soldiers all over the city. They seem to have originated here. Could you please tell me exactly what happened? The pavilion does not need an outsider meddling in its affairs. Besides, your identity is unknown and you have trespassed into this place armed. As Magistrate of Water for the Sky Mirror Pavilion, I cannot allow you to enter whether it is for safety of the pavilion's archives or for your own safety.
Is the Sky Mirror Pavilion a grand library? That's where Wang was about to bring Jia's works.
Turn back. Magistrate of Water? What kind of position is that? The Sky Mirror Pavilion is the first library of Yan. The Magistrate of Water is responsible for preventing fires. What are you doing in the Sky Mirror Pavilion if you don't even know this? I thought a modern library wouldn't need a specific person to prevent fires anymore. Indeed, you're right, smart girl. Now get out. I'm sorry, I mean no offense. But I happen to know someone who used to work in Baijiao's library. Who? What's your relationship? That's not important. It was many years ago.
The aloof woman takes a step forward, lifting her lantern to look closely at Chen's face. It's like looking in a mirror. Pun. Chen instinctively takes a step back. Your horns even have the same shade.
Enough. Nothing you say will matter. Leave if you have no business here. You'll regret it when the gates close. But you're the only one here. Are you sure you'll be fine? That's none of your business. Why do you poke your nose into it? Honestly, I came to clear out the monsters. But when I saw the library, I felt like I've seen it in a dream. Like someone intentionally guided me here. A dream? Is that the best excuse that you could come up with? It's not an excuse, but I used to be a cop. I'm familiar with security work. Please trust me. Let me participate in this investigation. You're really a police?
Chen shows her ID.
You're from Longmen. Chen Huichie. Chen Huichie. What are you doing here? Huh? Don't think a piece of paper grants you free passage. I, Chen chao-chien, am the last of the Chens. Have you come to mock the House of Chen? I'll never understand the Imperial family's hobbies.
The last of the Chens? Hold up. Are they part of a branch family? Is this Chen Yu's direct ancestor? Chao-chien.
That means you're...
Still playing dumb? Don't you even know who your parents are? Your family never cared about the husband's side of the family when Princess Yanjing remarried, only to ruin the careers of the entire Chen family when she died.
Princess Yanjing. We finally have the name of Chen's mother. Chen and... Tallulah? Chen's mother. Wait, no. Yes, Chen and Tallulah's mother. She remarried. And then she gave birth to Tallulah.
What did my cousin do wrong? How could he possibly refuse? Maybe you don't believe me, but I can hardly believe it myself. And no one's ever told me so much about my family like that. I thought I was the only one.
Nope, there are more Chens. Well, there's a branch family. Apparently, only hers left. For now, if she's the only other branch family left aside from the royal bloodline of Lungs, which means, most likely, she is Chen Chanyu's ancestor.
You didn't know? Then why have you come to the Sky Mirror Pavilion?
They stare at each other wordlessly, as though looking into blurry mirrors.
I'm sorry. Enough. Leave. A few nice words, that's all. You were willing to say them, and I appreciate it. Let's leave it at that. I gave up asking more questions a long time ago. Thunder and rain are both gifts from heaven. I should be grateful I still have a job.
Again.
Oh, what? Didn't they disappear? Oh no, the books! I'll take you inside. It's faster that way. Excuse me. Hey, stop! Such gall! Wait! Insolent child!
How old is she? Beneath the tall dome, densely packed bookshelves extend as far as the eye can see, reflecting in the floor like a massive, constantly expanding Weiqi board. Ink-colored script guides wander amongst them, scattered like Weiqi stones.
This is not good. The monsters here are much stronger than the ones I encountered at the gate. It's like they came flowing out of the shelves. What are they? Not shelves, pages, can't you tell?
Pages? Is the entire Sky Pavilion made out of scripture?
Get back! Hey, don't grab me! Fine. I suppose your intentions are righteous.
She's a bit of a tsundere. It's a family reunion. Meanwhile, with Mo Yi, who's also in the Sky Pavilion, getting chased down by Jola for taking Jia's Labubu.
What do you think, Candleholder Zhuo? Is the news timely enough for you? Going straight for the source of the guy's trouble, even you Sui regulator people haven't been able to react yet. Do you believe me now?
Shut up and give it back. The sound of metal clanging against metal. Sparks fly as blades clash. Mo Yi clenches her teeth as the soreness spreads from her hand to the rest of her arm.
You blockhead. Gotten stronger in the span of a few days, haven't you?
What do you want, Shanghai Zhong Bandit?
Don't tell me you haven't noticed something's not right with the Sui regulator.
Are they trying to awaken the Sui? Is this an inside job? There is the issue with the masked candle holder that tried to intercept the Labubu. What about this doll? Why did he steal it?
It belongs to a proxy. Just like the Book of Kung Fu. I believe it has something to do with the vanished proxy.
Yeah, you also thought that the Book of Kung Fu was gonna give you magic powers. No wonder the Labubu didn't work in your hands.
As for taking it, would you have cooperated with me and come with me to the Sky Mirror Pavilion, hard-headed as you are, if I didn't?
What? Out of the way! He pushes so hard that it sends the doll in Mo Yi's arms flying.
Oh no!
You won't! Blades cross again in the blink of an eye. The force sends both of them recoiling.
The blades vibrate and hum. Look out!
The bookshelf collapses, so is Moi, the shockwave forcing her back.
Stop! Stop!
Who are they?
You're swinging swords at each other when there's still monsters around, and you toppled an entire shelf of books. Out! Get out! Wait, be careful.
It is unclear who moved first. The balance is broken, and the chaos breaks out. Moi turns towards the charging Magistrate of Water, angling her wrist to point her sword at her foe's shoulder. Jola's swing misses Moi by inches, cutting the red rope tied to the wooden lock.
Stand back.
Chen has no time to pull chao-chien back. Almost by instinct, she draws Chi-Xiao and barely parries an attack, without even seeing who made it. Sparks fly amidst the poorly lit bookshelves, accompanied by the piercing sound of clashing metal.
Huh?
Moi grabs chao-chien by the collar and pulls her away from the scuffle. Chen steps forward, her blade leading the way. Jola stands his ground. Stop! The girl holds up the petite form of the Magistrate of Water and turns her blade around.
No, the token!
You, give the wooden lock back.
Stop, all of you! Don't hurt the innocent! You're Lord Wei's niece. Why is the token in your hands, Miss Chen? This is important to the Sui regulator. You must return it at once.
Lower your weapon. What a mess. Right, we've exchanged hostages. A labubu for Chen's grandmama.
Miss Chen, return the item. Let her go.
Return the lock.
I'm sure we could talk about this calmly, like reasonable people.
I could hear all of you from way upstairs. I thought the guys at work were at work again. Who is this? I did not expect to see a 3-person sparring session. Oh my god. It's Mr. Wife Guy. The Arknights wife guy. The only one allowed to be happy with his wife, Mr. Wife Guy.
Mr. Liang, I hope you're faring well, Lord Zhuo. Lord Zhuo, I heard the name on Rhodes Island. I must admit I was at my wit's end about how to resolve the trouble here. My mind can be at ease now that the Sui regulator has sent you to deal with it.
About that.
Do I misunderstand? The supervisor has her plans. There is no need to worry. I will offer what assistance I can. It is under the supervisor's instruction that you are arresting this young lady. She is Mo Yi, a member of the Shanhai Zhong. She's been causing trouble at Mangshan town a few days ago, and now she appeared in Baijiao, coinciding with the guy's troubles. This is highly suspicious and calls for a thorough investigation.
How ungrateful of you, candleholder Zhuo.
The Shanhai Zhong.
Cautiously backs off while still holding Chen as hostage.
The city is under martial law. I should commend Miss Mo for her boldness if you are only here to cause trouble.
You seem duller than the candleholder is, but I didn't expect you to be a reasonable one. Care to persuade our Lord Zhuo to listen to me before drawing his sword for once?
My station is insignificant, and my words carry little weight. I can only ask you to release my colleague. To travel across the land and delve deeply into the laws of nature, the original creed of the Shanhai Zhong 1,000 years ago. I doubt it is your intention to harm an innocent.
Mr. Liang? How do you know that?
Mo Yi falls silent for a moment, then sheaths her sword and gives the Magistrate of Water a gentle push.
Are you alright? I'm fine. Yoshi, new transcriber?
If I recognize that sword, you must be Miss Chen. It's surprising that you would return to Baijiao at a time like this.
You're Liang Shun, advisor of Yuman. I've seen you with Wei Yanwu.
You're too humble to say that your station is insignificant. I've left the position and am merely a humble transcriber now. Perhaps you have not yet heard the news since you have been traveling.
Eyes still locked onto the wooden lock.
No sudden moves.
Token's one thing, but that lock was mine to begin with.
And what of it? You dare? Speak your intentions and I'll decide what to do with this lock.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Why did the old Tianxia allow you to come to Baijiao?
She said that war is coming to the city, and some people will inevitably try to take advantage of the chaos. That young candleholder will likely run into trouble. She took Deputy Minister Lin and Mr. Yun, so she wanted you to have help. Oh, they're working together. Deal with anyone who tries to obstruct the boy as best as you can. She did save your ass with the guards. Did you think I wanted to help you, blockhead?
What of the lock? Still keeping secrets?
It belonged to my late mother. I've let my hostage go, and you have my mother's heirloom. What more do you want?
You'll still have to come with me to the Sui regulator to explain the previous incidents. Cause no more trouble, and I assure you the lock will be returned to you without a scratch once all is settled.
You just want to hold me hostage with it, don't you? Like I said, the Sui regulator...
Good youths, now that we have resolved our misunderstandings, why don't we call a truce and clear up what's going on here?
"2 days before the day of full moon, hour of Wu. If only I knew what time of day it is. It was the hour of Chen a while ago, now it is the hour of Wu. Is it Wu o'clock?"
You've been to the Skymare Pavilion for some time, Mr. Liang. Do you know what these soldier apparitions are?
I believe Lord Zhuo is in a better position to explain it.
They're geists.
The Sui regulator has discovered that some Fernmets are able to animate the inanimate things, be it drawings, objects, or text. The geists that have appeared in Baijiao may be based on the Yan armies during the Great Hunt depicted in the history books in the Skymare Pavilion's collection. Their appearance likely has something to do with the events of the Tomb of Sui, but it's unclear why they seem to flicker in and out of existence.
It's the breathing of the Fernmet. Breathing is what gives life. The increasing frequency of geist appearances is a sign that it is waking up from its dream.
It's just like the guys at the Garden of Grotesqueries. Except now, they're spawning right at home.
How do you know? I told you. You people are way behind Fernmet knowledge.
You're a bit of a Fernmet weeb.
Then why did the script guys originate from the Skymare Pavilion?
I'm not well versed in Fernmetology, but I have a hypothesis concerning the Skymare Pavilion.
It's because of Jia's powers. Her lingering powers are all over this place, probably.
Mr. Liang, watch your words.
Still clinging to your stupid rules? You have any idea what the situation is?
It's not my intention to poke my nose into the Sui regulator's secrets, but this is an emergency, and we need to share information.
This place holds the only thing that the vanished proxy left behind. A writing knife.
Writing knife? Could it be? The top floor of the Skymare Pavilion, which has always been sealed shut?
It's very special. After the death of the proxy, everything that she owned, everything that she had poured her heart and soul into, disappeared with her. But this writing knife remains. If the guys in this city come from words, it's very likely that they have something to do with the knife. It all makes sense now. What do you mean?
A little while ago, the Ministry of War sent people to search the Skymare Pavilion every few days. But the Skymare Pavilion is under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Rights. Mr. Liang had submitted several complaints to the Department of Discipline and Supervision. They finally laid off the search these couple days.
The Ministry of War. Patrol battalion soldiers tried to stop me on the main street just now. Could this be the Grand Commandant's doing?
The old man? Has this entire thing been the old man's plan? It was the advice that he gave to the Emperor.
Why didn't you say anything about the patrol battalion?
Why didn't you say anything about the patrol battalion soldiers following closely behind the candle holder from the Sui regulator?
Hey! Come on.
Oh, come on, it's just a guess. I never said anything about the Sui regulator being in league with the Grand Commandant in some kind of underhanded deal.
The Sui regulator does not indulge in faction politics.
Bureaucrats don't engage in faction politics. That would be the first for the Baijiao court.
I'll clear it up when I report back to the supervisor.
You are too much of a square, bro. There's clearly things going on in the background that they did not clue you into. Don't get so worked up over a mere guess.
What does the Ministry of War want with the writing knife?
What use does it have other than the association with the script guys? Well, it can erase people from history. Just that power.
A writing knife is a tool to erase characters scribed on bamboo slips, but I know nothing about what the powers the proxy's knife possesses.
You do, don't you, Lord Zhou? Go on.
The proxy assisted Yan with compiling the nation's history. Her powers were unusual. The scrolls on the Sui regulator record. With her pen, she fathoms the laws of heaven and human affairs. With her knife, she has the power to erase and rewrite history. Apparently, the writing knife can erase things that cannot and must not be hastily touched. The name of a person, or their very existence, even the existence of an entire segment of history.
You've got to be kidding me. How can history be altered so easily? What does altering history involve? Does it change people's memories, or does a single word erase someone's existence? I mean, she's asking the right questions. As far as we've seen, when Shu died, it just erased her memories from all her loved ones. However, her legacy at Dahuang, was still left behind.
The powers of the fairness are far beyond our comprehension. We cannot interpret this through the lens of normal logic. According to the Sui regulator research, however, the writing knife has been used for such purposes in the past. So it seems you don't have full knowledge either. However, the one who seeks the writing knife, the one with ulterior motives, must know how to use it.
What? Drat, what do we do then? Do we stop people with ulterior motives from getting their hands in the knife? Or do we stop the guys in the city?
As far as I know, the writing knife was sealed away in the top of the Skymere Pavilion many years ago, and the Sui regulator placed strong wards on it. 2 keys are needed to unseal it. The supervisor and the 4th proxy each hold one. The seal can only be broken if both are present.
The 4th proxy. 1st proxy, Chongyue. 2nd proxy, Wang. 3rd proxy, Ling. 4th proxy, 2nd sister, which means Jun. Jun has the key. Or maybe we could use the thing that you took from the Garden of Grotesqueries. Give it a try. Maybe the knife will react to the Labubu.
Absolutely not! We know little of the true powers of the writing knife, and even less of the object from the Garden of Grotesqueries. We can't act rashly.
Not this, not that. Guess we'll wait for the Sui to wake up and go down with the rest of Baijiao.
Miss Chen has been quiet. What is on your mind?
What is on your mind, Chen Huichie?
Mr. Liang, what did you mean when you said the one with ulterior motives? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but you are here for private matters at Lord Wei's behest, are you not, Miss Chen? Where is Lord Wei?
Where is his ass?
He's missing. Missing? But there are few who could possibly overcome Lord Wei in combat. In that case, have you entered the city because you suspect that Lord Wei is already here?
Impossible! He would be accused of attempting a coup! Wonderful. More sordid affairs of the big shots. These are extraordinary circumstances, Mr. Lang. There is no need to mince words. The riding knife, the patrol battalion, the Sui regulator. Do you think the unusual activities of the Ministry of War have something to do with Wei Yanwu's disappearance?
I dare not make a hasty judgment, but it's true that they were not so brazen before Lord Wei's disappearance. As far as I know, Lord Wei and His Imperial Majesty are polar opposites. Lord Wei is decisive but sometimes rash, while His Majesty's cautiousness might be seen as indecision by some. Perhaps the Grand Commandant's faction found Wei Yanwu's weakness and coerced him to enter the city, planning to use a writing knife to rewrite history to... No. Anyone who tried to blackmail Wei Yanwu would only suffer hundredfold payback. Would he willingly? But it has to be the True Lung who summoned him back to Baijiao, unless he changed his mind at the last minute. But why hide, if he's answering an Imperial summons? Human minds are complicated things, and Lord Wei's is more so than most. If you're truly worried for him, you could start by investigating the writing knife, right here at the Sky Mirror Pavilion. Responding to change by staying still, so to speak.
Responding to change by staying still. I like that. Where do we go then, to find what this writing knife can do and to protect it, Mr. Liang?
We should. Mr. Liang, up. The higher we climb the Sky Mirror Pavilion, the more precious the tomes. They will be of great benefit.
Well. We have a plan, and we've assembled a squad. Chen, Mr. Liang, and Mo Yi. We now know what may be causing all the script guys. Jiz's latent writing knife. However, the Emperor behind the scenes seems to have machinations that we are yet to be privy to. What are they up to? Why did Wei Yanwu disappear? Meanwhile, Wang, and the bestial Sui are still face to face, fighting each other in the depths of the tombs. And Jun is with Yu, and she carries the fourth key that can open half of the warding seals on the writing knife. But we need to get the other half from the supervisor. Anyway, that'll be that for our first session of reading First of 1,000 Autumns. Things are getting action-packed in very little time. A war is brewing. The bestial Sui is threatening its awakening. However, we have yet to see half of the family appear on screen. Where are the rest of the siblings? I'm sure they'll arrive when the time is nigh. But that will be that for now. We will continue our story reading next weekend. Plus, we're gonna be doing... what's that new game mode? Echoes of War in Enfield. Also that. Thank you to everyone who stopped by, chilled out in chat, used as a second monitor content, and watched us read through First of 1,000 Autumns. I'm gonna see you friendos next time. Bye-bye.